after this beat.
Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. You are now, ladies and gentlemen, you are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. We got a good one today, y'all. I said we got a good one today, y'all. We are breaking down my predictions for the SEC Player Awards. My predictions. And it might not be how it's going to go down because I know how these award things work. I know how they do business. I know that it is an offensive award. I know it's an offensive award. I know that's the biggest selling point. I know that's what gets the eyeballs going. I know that. But these are my awards. These are my awards. This is the Captain Will's Award Show for the SEC. How about we call it that? The Captain Will's Award Show for the SEC going down today. Because in Captain Will's Award Show, you take in your offense. We take in the offense. We do. We take in the offense, but we also take in defense. We take in defense because defense matters, especially with your man, Captain Will. It matters. So that has a big part of me choosing who the awards go to. Okay, so it's a matter of fact, it's an even. Offense and defense makes up basketball players, not just 75, 85% offense and 15% defense, where it don't really matter. That's not reality. I'm talking about an all-around basketball player. And coming from a team that is number one in the country in South Carolina, who just clinched another regular season title last week and undefeated yesterday and 29-0 and going to the SEC tournament and going to play on Friday, doing things what we do. Defense matters. So if it actually matters in a game, if defense actually matters, let me say that. If defense actually matters in a basketball game, why doesn't it matter in an award show? Why doesn't it matter in award shows? Why is that not taken into account? Otherwise, if defense doesn't matter, the team that scores the highest amount of points across the season should be the champion. Okay? That's how it should be, right? So whoever scores the most points throughout the season, they're the best team, I guess, right? No. No. That's not basketball. That's basketball. So, offense matters, defense matters, and everyone gets a shot. Now, doing my award show, I take in analytics. Analytics, and that's a big part of my brain. That's a big part of the way I think. Analytics, right? Because sometimes your eyes don't catch everything. Because sometimes you're only watching one a certain player on the court, or you're just watching the basketball, and you're not really watching, the defensive side of the play. You're not watching players getting the defensive stands and guarding people. You don't really watching that. You're just watching some three-pointers, especially how things going at you now in basketball. You're just watching three-pointers. So we're gonna actually do the analytic piece. And this is story time with Captain Will today. This story time with Captain Will, and it's gonna be a teaching moment. It's gonna be a teaching moment for some of y'all. The teaching moment. So today, in today's class, we're gonna talk about analytics. We're gonna talk about offense and defense. We're gonna talk about, in order to qualify for my awards, for Captain Will's awards, you have to play 20 minutes or more in the game. 20 minutes or more in a basketball game. And it really did cut out a few players who would be getting an award. So you won't see Mikaylah Williams getting the type of award tonight. You won't see that. And the reason you won't see Mikaylah Williams getting an award tonight is because she's averaging 18 minutes a game. So I'm not going to allow Mikaylah Williams, the sensational generational talent, to get an award because she plays less than half of the game. So I'm going by my own metric, and it hurts me a lot. By not having Keenan High's finest, not in my own award show. But I got to stick to the plan. I got to stick to the structure. Got to stick to the structure. So you won't see her in my Malaysia for a while. Also, you won't see Rickea Jackson in this award show. And you might say, what in the hell, Cap Will, you ain't going to include Rickea Jackson in this award show. And I'm going to tell you why. Rickea Jackson's defense is, in terms of post players, is a 96.3. 96.3. That is in the bottom third of defense in college basketball. Not just in the SEC, but I'm talking in college basketball. We see the buckets that she gets. I saw a bunch of buckets yesterday in my own eyes. I saw it with my own little bitty eyes. I saw how she does work. But what I also know is analytically speaking, she's not a efficient shooter. And it takes into account, we talk about analytics. You got to kind of teach people, because people are going to be pissed off why I'm not including Rickea Jackson in this, a future WNBA pick and things like that. And the reason I say that, because her offensive analytics shows she's about a 106. About a 106, okay? That is, I mean, it is a ton of players in the SEC that has a higher rating of 106 in their offensive rating. Now, what takes that into account is, points, field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, rebounds, assists, turnovers. Turnovers. That is a key metric, because in turnovers with Rickea Jackson, she turns the ball over a lot. Okay, so it brought down her analytic rating. Took that out already. So you ain't gonna see no Rickea Jackson, even though I love her as a player. You ain't gonna see her in Captain Will's rating. And I know, like I said before, some people are gonna be pissed off, but it's just analytics speaking, and turnovers is a key metric. And I take that in account with the turnovers being a key metric, because a certain player is leading the league, leading the country in turnovers, but we never talk about turnovers. Never talk about turnovers. But I'm not talking about that another time when I'm talking about, national awards. We're talking about national awards, but we're just going to talk about that. So no Rickea Jackson. Okay, another metric that we're going to discuss for this network of Captain Will's awards is this. Okay, so we're going to do, to make everything fair, to make everything even. So, because you have some players playing 36 minutes, you have some players 25 minutes, you have some players 28 minutes, and all these that in the third. Because some teams aren't as good as other teams, so they're going to play a whole lot of minutes more. Okay, some teams aren't as talented, so some people's teams ain't the depth on the bench ain't as strong as certain other teams. So we're just going to keep it fair. And what I did, I used the stat of per 40 minutes. So it takes if a player is playing 40 minutes a game, that's the easiest way to make everything easy. Per 40 minutes for all the players in the pool of the awards. Okay, so the stats that I'm going to be talking about, it ain't the current stats of what they actually are doing. It's just an overall metric for all the players that for 40 minutes. Okay, it's going to be for 40 minutes. So just take it into account. I want everything to be fair. I want everything to be just. I just want to get the true adaptation of who the stellar players are in the SEC. So let's start. Let's get it cracking. Let's get it going. So the first award goes to for the Rookie of the Year. The Rookie of the Year. The award goes to Mikaylah Williams. Mikaylah Williams. Okay, Mikaylah Williams is her offensive rating is 117.3. Okay, her defensive rating is 85.4, which makes a net rating of 31.9. So over 40 minutes, you're talking about Mikaylah Williams doing 19.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 3 turnovers. Okay, that is a very good Rookie of the Year candidate. That is why she won the award. But I'm gonna let you know right now. That if Malaysia for a while, Keenan High's Fights played a few more minutes per basketball game over the course of the year, she would have won the award, because her defensive rating is way better than Mikaylah Williams. Way better. It's not even the same stratosphere. Okay, but she just didn't play enough minutes. Okay, so Mikaylah Williams getting the award. Great job. But I just gotta say, after doing the tabulation and recounting, it would have been Malaysia for a while. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the 6th woman of the year. There ain't no type of hesitancy, ain't no type of whatever you want to call it. You already know it's Ashlyn Watkins. You know it's Ashlyn Watkins. Ashlyn Watkins has been doing work all season long. All season long, she's been doing work. She's been one of the stellar defensive players in the country. In the country. And then our offensive rating is 120.8. That is really good for the sophomore from South Kakalaki herself. 6th Woman Award goes to Ashlyn Watkins herself. Offensive rating of 120.8 and a defensive rating of 65.7, the lowest in the conference, which makes the overall rating of 55.1. And if we do the 40 minutes, the per 40 minutes is 20 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 5 big block shots. It is the 6th Woman of the Year, Ashlyn Watkins. And since we're talking about defense and awards of that nature, let's talk about the defensive player of the year. So we're going to go on and go about the defensive player of the year because I just mentioned that Ashlyn Watkins had the lowest defensive rating in the conference at 65.7. So obviously she's a defensive player of the year. Ashlyn Watkins is a defensive player of the year for the SEC. South Carolina's finest, Ashlyn Watkins, 6th Woman of the Year award and the SEC Defensive Player of the Year for the Super Sophomore. That's what we talk about. Ashlyn Watkins, defensive first team, led by Ashlyn Watkins, a 65.7 rating. Second, Kamilla Cardoso, 68.6 rating. Raven Hollywood Johnson has a defensive rating of 72.6, which is the best of all the guards in the conference. 72.6. I had a long-winded diatribe last night when I did my live show after the Tennessee victory, talking about Raven Johnson, because we always talk about what she ain't doing, what she not doing, what she did. Well, this is what she is doing. She's the best perimeter defender in the conference. Okay, and she makes my first team for all defense. Okay, and then we have a couple of LSU players that are also on the defensive first team, and it's Anessah Morrow. Her defensive rating is 74.3. Very good defensive rating, very good. And then finally, Angel Reese. Angel Reese. It's the first time I'm calling Angel Reese's name. 75.8. Very good defensive rating for Angel Reese, who will be a future NBA player in the upcoming draft. Okay, so we got the defensive awards out of the way. Let's do some offensive player of the year. Offensive player of the year is none other than Te-Hina. Say it with your chest because I rewatched the game and some announcers was jacking up. It is pronounced Te-Hina Paopao. Okay? Had an offensive rating of 128.5. 128.5. That is straight up sensational because she leads the SEC in 3-pointers. Okay, 3-point percentage. Her field goal percentage is sensational. Her free throw percentage is sensational. Te-Hina Paopao is your and my offensive player of the year in the SEC. And then we do the first team. We'll do the first team. So we're talking about Te-Hina Paopao. Okay, 128.5. We're talking about Kamilla Cardoso at 126.6. We're talking about Angel Reese. Hear that name again. Angel Reese is a really good, Angel Reese is an excellent basketball player. Excellent basketball player. Really good defensively. And she has a high offensive rate, which makes her a high probability for a player of the year candidate. Very special player. Very special player, and she's doing work. It's nothing I can say a negative about one Angel Reese. I can't say anything. Very special, very special. And then after Angel Reese on the offensive first team, we have the Bree Hall from Arkansas, 122.6 offensive first team offensive rating. Okay. Outstanding rating. And finally, our own Ashlyn Watkins. Like Ashlyn Watkins made your first team all offense And your first team all defense. I'm just speaking about the numbers. There ain't no favoritism. There ain't no favoritism. There's no favoritism. I put my Malaysia Full Wiley in there for rookie of the year. The number speaks for itself. Numbers speak for itself. If she played a ton of minutes, she would have an exorbitant amount of offensive numbers, but she don't. She averages about 21, 22 minutes a game. But over 40 minutes, you talk about 20 points, 14 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 assists, 5 blocks out. A lot of great numbers. High field goal percentage. Watkins is the final member of the offensive first team. I encourage you to comment. Let me know if I'm wrong. I ain't wrong because it's mine, so it can't be wrong if it's my opinion. But let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think in terms of offensive first team, defensive first team, player of the year for defense, player of the year for offense. All those things matter. Okay? So let's move on. We're going to go in and call it right now. We're going to go in and say it right now. The All-SEC first team. All-SEC first team. And we're going to start. We're going to do the All-SEC first team. We're going to start with Anessah Morrow. Okay? I mentioned it before. Her rating is 119.1 offensively, 74.3 defensively. Overall rating of 44.8. That is great. That is great. That is great. And then over 40 minutes, you're talking about 21 points. You're talking about 2 assists, 3 steals, 2 block shots for Anessah Morrow. She doesn't, even over 40 minutes, she doesn't commit a lot of turnovers. That is why she's a member of the All-SEC first team. The second name I'm going to say is Te-Hina Paopao. She just won the Offensive Player of the Year. Okay. Now she's on the All-SEC first team. Overall rating, 128.5. Defensive rating, which is really good, which is one of the reasons why she left Oregon and came over to South Carolina. Her defensive rating is 82.1. That's a net rating of 46.4. Over 40 minutes, you're talking about 17 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 turnovers. Outstanding numbers for Te-Hina Paopao to go in her amazing percentages across the board. The third one is Angel Reese. Her offensive rating is 124.4. Her defensive rating is 75.8, which makes it a net rating of 48.6. 48.6. Her averaging 40 minutes. Averaging 40 minutes is 25 points, 17 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Outstanding numbers. And finally, we're not finally yet. Not finally, because we got 2 more. The second one, or the next to the last one, is Ashlyn Watkins. We talked in depth about her winning the 6th Woman of the Year, the all defensive player of the year. And yeah, she's on the All-SEC first team. Offensive rating of 120.8, defensive rating of 65.7, a net rating of 55.1, 20 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 5 blocks, over 40 minutes per game. Ashlyn Watkins is a member of Captain Will's All-SEC first team. And finally, who's not only the last member of the All-SEC first team, but also your and my SEC Player of the Year, Kamilla Cardoso. Kamilla Cardoso has an offensive rating of 126.6, which is second to Te-Hina Paopao. She has a defensive rating of 68.6, which is second to Ashlyn Watkins, which gives her an overall rating of 58.0 net rating. And we do this over 40 minutes. We talk about 23 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 block shots. Kamilla Cardoso is the truth, and she is the All-SEC first team member and Player of the Year. Crown her, and crown her. And she is a key member of the University of South Carolina, #1 in AP poll, #1 in net rating, and has won so many games as a Gamecock. I salute her. And she just finished up her senior day activities yesterday. But that ain't it. We can talk about the second team as well. Talk about the second team. Second team. And the second team is led by Texas A&M's Koulibaly. I know I might be jacking up the name, but she has an offensive rating of 110.7. She has a very good defensive rating of 79.7, which is a 31.0. In over 40 minutes, you're talking about 17 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 2 turnovers. Very good numbers by the guard from Texas A&M. And the second team is Mikaylah Williams. We already mentioned her stats. And now she's also second team all SEC. Then we're talking about Deans for Tennessee. Deans for Tennessee, 115.8 rating, 80.8 defense. Very solid, very good, very good. 35 net rating, 18.7 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 4 turnovers over 40 minutes. Okay, 2 places left, 2 places left. And to fill one of those places on the all SEC second team for Captain Will's awards is Bree Hall. Bree Hall, 119.2 offensive rating, 82.7 defensive rating, overall a 36.5. Over 40 minutes, you're talking about 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 turnovers for Bree Hall for the #1 South Carolina Gamecocks. And finally, filling in the last position on the all SEC second team, and the last award that I'm going to give on this evening is only Hollywood Raven Johnson with an offensive rating of 114, defensive rating of 72.6, which is the best defensive rating by any guard in the country, with an overall rating of 41.4, really close to qualifying for the first team. In over 40 minutes, you're talking about 12 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, and 3 turnovers. And as I've said over and over again, the quintessential point guard made all SEC second team for your man, Captain Will. I know people are going to disagree, and it is fine. I love it. I encourage the comments. But this is my awards that I'm giving today, and I'm going by offense and I'm going by defense. And some of these players in the SEC only play offense, and I'm not rewarding bad behavior. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will on YouTube, on iHeartRadio, on Spotify. Find your man, Captain Will, because you're not rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.